Friday evening, meteorologist Caitlin McGrath, we have issued a weather watch alert ahead of what is going to be an incredibly windy Saturday forecast. A high wind warning has been issued for most of our area ahead of the strongest wind tomorrow. This is for winds gusting up to 60 miles per hour. Now, through most of the day tomorrow, starting in the morning and lasting into the early afternoon, we can generally expect winds to gust between about 30 and 40 miles per hour. But throughout the afternoon and into the evening, once we see a shift in the wind direction, the wind is really going to ramp up, and that's when we're going to be the most susceptible to those gusts up to 60 miles per hour. This is going to be an incredibly serious situation when it comes to wind damage, isolated power outages, and tree damage likely. We've already actually seen a large limb down on a tree in Fairfax. We have a crew heading out there. We'll bring you the very latest coming up at 11 o'clock tonight. But that makes me nervous if we're already seeing wind damage, because the worst of the weather is yet to pick up. It will really be tomorrow when the wind really starts to increase in intensity. So again, most of our area, everyone shaded there in orange, is under a high wind warning. We really don't see these very often for our area. Points to the south shaded there in yellow. That's where we have a wind advisory. That's what we see more likely for winds gusting up to 50 miles per hour. But just about everyone susceptible to wind damage as we head throughout Saturday. Here's a look at some of the wind gusts we've seen already, gusting up to 49 miles per hour just a little bit earlier this evening. In Andrews, we've seen a wind gust of 40 miles per hour in D.C., and this has really picked up just in the last hour or so. It started to get a little bit breezy throughout the afternoon, but the wind's starting to increase in wind speed right now. We've gusted up to 44 in Dulles, 29 for a peak wind gust so far in Leesburg. So here's a look at our current wind gusts, and we're gusting at 40 miles per hour in D.C. Down into Andrews, gusting at 23 in Gaithersburg. Current wind gust is 27 in Manassas, and we can expect this to hold steady as we head through the evening and overnight. But by tomorrow morning, the wind really starts to ramp up, and it's all because of this large storm system we've been tracking for days and talking about all day long as the severe weather outbreak has been unfolding through the middle part of the country. We still have a number of tornado and severe thunderstorm warnings stretching from Illinois all the way down through parts of Tennessee. We've already seen some devastating damage coming out of Little Rock, Arkansas. A large tornado tore right through the capital and surrounding areas. We're going to have a full report coming up at 11 o'clock this evening. A large tornado in Iowa as well. That's just to name two storms that we have confirmed tornadoes. Another large tornado moved through Memphis not too long ago earlier this evening, and these storms are continuing to pack quite a punch. So the severe threat will continue as we head through the evening and into the overnight hours, and that of course makes us nervous. We saw just this time last week what these nocturnal tornado outbreaks can do to property and life. So we'll be keeping a close eye on this line of storms, but once it pushes east as we head through the overnight and early morning hours, it will weaken. We are not talking about a severe weather threat here at home, rather the high wind threat as we head throughout the day on Saturday. So we'll zoom in here on radar because we are still seeing a few light scattered showers in our area. That's pretty much been the case throughout the afternoon and into the evening. A lot of folks have stayed dry, but just a little bit of rain picking up on radar. That batch of steadier showers that we were watching through parts of southwestern Virginia is continuing to peter off as it points off to the south and east. Right now, we just have a little bit of a light sprinkle moving through parts of northern Virginia. If you're in Winchester, down into Luray, over towards Warrenton and Culpeper, again, drizzle, sprinkle at best. A lot of folks just seeing partly to mostly cloudy skies tonight. Some steadier showers right now through Fredericksburg, down toward Ladysmith and Louisa, back into Orange. A little bit of light rain. Now, most of the next several hours will stay dry, or we'll see rain just like this, some light scattered showers. It's tomorrow that we're really watching out for that line of showers and gusty downpours during the Saturday morning hours before we see the wind really crank up for the second part of the day. So here we are right around midnight tonight. If you're checking back in with us at 11, I think we'll still have a little bit of activity on radar, pretty similar to what I just showed you here. But notice temperatures. We trapped in the heating of the day. We will stay in the upper 50s and low 60s under that cloud cover as we head through the overnight. So it is an incredibly mild start to Saturday. This is 6 o'clock Saturday morning, waking up to mostly cloudy skies. If you're up really early, you might catch a few dry hours, but notice off to our west through parts of western Maryland and West Virginia, that line of gustier downpours already moving through. I think it crosses the I-81 corridor around 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. So say by 9 a.m. A lot of folks dealing with with these scattered showers and downpours. But notice it is not going to be a washout of a morning. There will still be plenty of dry hours, and the rain itself moves through very quickly. By 11-12 o'clock, the showers already along into the east of the I-95 corridor. And not only do we dry out quickly, we will clear out quickly. I think we see sunshine back right around lunchtime tomorrow. And notice with that southwesterly breeze, temperatures will climb very quickly. By lunchtime tomorrow, we are already back in the low 70s, and we'll continue to add a few more degrees as we head throughout the afternoon. A lot of folks will top off in the mid to upper 70s. So yes, the wind will make it feel a little bit cooler, but it's a pretty warm wind as we head throughout your Saturday. Forecast wind again for the first part of the day, generally gusting 30 to 40, maybe 45 miles per hour. But notice what happens to our wind direction as we head throughout the evening. This is right around 5 o'clock. We start to get more of a direct westerly wind. And then by tomorrow evening, the wind has shifted from the north and west. Not only is it going to pick up in intensity, it's also going to usher in cooler temperatures as we head towards Sunday. So as that cold air comes rushing in and we see just a little leftover moisture, we could see a few snowflakes over towards the mountains. You could see some light snow in far western Maryland and parts of West Virginia. Some of our computer modeling is picking up on some isolated storms between about 3 and 5 o'clock tomorrow afternoon and evening. I think the best chance for that would be east of Baltimore, maybe closer to the Pennsylvania border. I think most of our area is in the clear once we get past the showers around lunchtime tomorrow morning. This is 11 o'clock tomorrow night as you're checking in with Michaela. She's going to be tracking dropping temperatures and still incredibly gusty wind. That high wind warning goes into effect at 8 o'clock tomorrow morning, and it lasts until 2 a.m. on Sunday. Now, it will still be breezy on Sunday, but nowhere near as windy as what we're talking about for tomorrow. So let's take a closer look at some of those wind gusts as we head throughout the evening. This is right around 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. The wind starts to pick up just a little bit, but still generally gusting 30 to 35 miles per hour tomorrow morning. The sustained wind will be between about 15 and 25 miles per hour, but of course we get those isolated gusts from time to time. The wind will continue to maintain that speed as we head throughout the afternoon and into the early evening. Here we are around 5 o'clock when we start to see that shift coming in from the west, and notice the mountains. I think that's where we have the greatest risk of seeing some more widespread damage, persistent winds gusting 50 to 60 miles per hour as we head throughout the afternoon and evening hours. Closer to the Metro DC area, still gusting 30 to 35, but not as strong for as long as what we're expecting for our western counties. Now, as we head through the later evening hours, this is right around 8-9 o'clock, we start to see the wind ramp up, gusting 40 to 50 miles per hour as we head through late Saturday night. So this really is an all-day event. You have to have your guard on all day long tomorrow. Keep your devices charged in the event that you do lose power, and of course make sure you secure any outdoor items. So as we head through Sunday, this is right around 7 a.m. still coming in from the north and west, pushing in that colder air. We'll wake up in the 30s and 40s by Sunday morning thanks to that northwesterly breeze, still gusting 20 to 30 miles per hour. So it will feel like the 20s and 30s as you're waking up, temperature wise that is, by the time you're waking up on Sunday morning. And throughout the afternoon, the wind will slowly start to diminish, but it is still going to be a bit of a shock in terms of temperatures. We'll top off in the 50s, but feel like the 40s throughout the day on Sunday. So here's what you should be doing now. Make sure, if you haven't done so already, any outdoor decorations, any furniture that can easily be blown over, make sure it is either secured or bring it inside if you can, just to be safe as we head throughout the day tomorrow. Probably a safe bet to keep it inside through Sunday as well. You can start to kind of ease up on everything that's secured and take it back outside by Sunday night. Make sure, again, you charge all of your electronic devices. And remember, if you do happen to lose power, you can still stream our coverage on our WUSA 9 app. We will be keeping you posted throughout the day tomorrow as the weather continues to develop. So tomorrow, again, it's not going to be a washout of a day. The biggest concern is the wind, and that will be a concern throughout the day, but there is still going to be plenty of sunshine clearing out by late morning into the afternoon. Temperatures very mild, back in the mid to upper 70s, feeling a little bit cooler with the wind. But again, there's a big difference between 79 with wind than 39 with wind. It will still feel very comfortable. If you do have outdoor plans for Saturday, just keep the wind and the tree damage and power outage top of mind throughout the day. And then Sunday, high temperatures will top off in the mid to upper 50s, but it will be windy. So once you factor in that wind still gusting between about 20 and 30 miles per hour, it will feel colder than it actually is. But hey, there will be bright sunshine as we look ahead towards Sunday. And the chill is very short-lived. We're back in the low 70s by Monday, 80s for Tuesday into Wednesday. So hard to believe, But tomorrow does kick off April, and we started off on a very mild note for Saturday, slightly below average for Sunday, but then temperatures really climb as we head into next week. So as we look towards the long-range forecast, this is the Climate Prediction Center 6 to 10-day temperature outlook to give us an idea of what we can expect for the first part of April. You can see a large swath of the country will feature temperatures expected to be below average. The deeper the shade of blue, the colder than average it is expected to be. So back through the plains, over into the mountains, a chilly start to the month of April, all the way through the Ohio River Valley. Temperatures expected to be below average. Now you head down into Florida, it is expected to be much above average, very high above average as we head through the start of the month. And we fall just a little above average for the start of April. So that will generally translate to temperatures in the 70s as we head through the extended forecast. Here's what the 7-day forecast looks like. Tomorrow, again, very mild but breezy. We have that weather watch alert in effect throughout the day tomorrow for the high wind warning that will be expired by 2 o'clock on Sunday morning. Sunday will be the pick day of the weekend just because we won't have the wind threat. Yes, it will be cooler, but just a few degrees below average and feeling a little bit cooler than that with the wind. Plenty of sunshine for your Sunday forecast. We kick off next week on a gorgeous note on Monday, 74 and sunshine. Some really nice weather as the Nats continue their homestand and feeling a little bit more like summer baseball for Tuesday into Wednesday with temperatures in the low 80s. We'll start to increase clouds just a little bit on Tuesday. A scattered thunderstorm not out of the question on Wednesday, but our next better chance for rain looks to be on Thursday. Feel free to post any questions you may have in the comments section, and I will get back to as many of you as I can. Be safe with the wind tomorrow and have a great weekend. We'll see you at 11.